This video will explore digital storytelling as a tool for amplifying student voices in higher education. We can also use it to evaluate learner experiences. This video will explain what digital storytelling is, how it has been used at Hallam, and how this method could be used in online settings to help build relationships and a sense of belonging. Digital storytelling refers to the process of developing personal narratives based on certain life experiences. These stories incorporate a combination of text, audio recordings, images, music, and animations to create short videos with a duration of typically 2 to 5 minutes in length. Software packages currently used to create digital stories include Adobe Spark, Powtoons, and PowerPoint. Often the aim is to empower and give voice to individuals or groups who are often overlooked in mainstream culture. Digital stories have also been used as an educational tool, a research method, and as a medium to increase engagement. The benefits of digital storytelling, from our experiences of use at Hallam, are that choosing images provide a deep level of reflection. In addition, the storyteller has control of the content and production. Both benefits can enable empowerment of students in their feedback. The process of digital storytelling starts with the idea for the story. This might be prompted by a task set by a module leader, such as, describe your learning journey so far. The storyteller should make a few notes, a beginning, a middle, and an end. These can be sketched out on a storyboard. There may be a rush to find images, but preparation here is key. At this stage, it's important to remind storytellers of ethical parameters. What is being disclosed in the story, and about who? Are there any risks involved in telling this story? Do you know who will view the story and where it will be published? Does this change your level of comfort with the content? Once the storyteller is comfortable with the story and they have a storyboard, they can start to locate images. A basic keyword search can be used of online or stock images. Storytellers can also use their own images and photographs. As the story develops through imagery, a decision needs to be made about text captions or audio narration to help the viewer navigate through the story. Use of a good microphone can assist here, although a mobile or tablet microphone is good enough. Before sharing the video, take a moment to think about ethics again. Have you got consent to use these images? Is anything discussed confidential? How do you feel about visibility? Removing audio narration and using stock images can be used to keep the storyteller anonymous. Have you listened to some of our students' stories? If not, pause the video here and listen to those students at Hallam telling their stories. They can be found on our STEER blog and accompany this video. Once you've listened to the stories, think about the message that you take away. Think about how these stories made you feel. These are important considerations for how you might use this method. At Hallam, we've used digital storytelling to explore transition experiences for foundation year students and with widening participation student ambassadors. These stories are often unheard. We've also used this method to explore staff voices too. We have used digital stories to explore foundation year students' experience of transition, focusing on using the content to enhance pedagogy and curriculum. The students here completed a digital story instead of writing personal and professional development plan. The tutor did her own story to model the method and provided some prompts. The stories were rich sources of evaluative data for the tutor and elicited a deeper level of reflection than a written account. Digital storytelling can provide rich qualitative data for effective evaluation and monitoring and resulting pedagogical and curriculum enhancements. There is also potential for using sequential digital stories for longitudinal reflections for recording learning gain throughout the duration of a course. This may also be a useful tool for building online communities between students and module or course teams, or between students and academic advisors. Students could be asked to create a digital story prior to a taught session. Ethical guidance, as previously mentioned, should also be provided. These stories could focus on personal details, or they could ask students to contribute ideas for the module content or assessment. This approach allows for staff-student co-creation of learning. In addition, an analysis of these stories once submitted can give an indication of digital capability or any technical issues. It is important that when students provide information that it is responded to. You could use the content of these stories to signpost to activities, societies, support networks that might be useful for your student cohorts. Digital storytelling is a method that aligns with the student voice principles at Hallam and brings together student engagement and evaluative activities. You can see on the screen here that they can be done regularly and can be used longitudinally to explore change over time. They can be responsive and analysed for signposting and action. They are accessible with a range of various software, and they are ethical if clear parameters are set. They can be inclusive and used as a tool for counter-storytelling. And there is various uses so that they can be used formally and informally. If you want to find out more about digital storytelling, you can look at the references and resources listed here. If you want to watch our student stories or even our staff stories, please refer to our STEER blog where the videos can be found. There's also a link here to some resources if you'd like to try digital storytelling yourself, a how-to guide, consent forms and information sheets, and an ethical checklist if you're interested in using this process for evaluation and research in the future. If you have any questions about digital storytelling, please do contact me, Liz Austin, or use our STEER contact details. Thank you for listening.